Welcome to the Kinkazoid Podcast, where you get some education on your form of stimulation. With your hosts, Royal, Chase, and Trey Proper. Buckle your seatbelts because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's get kinky.
Dre.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Like, welcome. Greetings and salutations to another wonderful episode of Kinkazoid. It's your boy Trey Proper. And I try to do a little, it still fucked it up. Anyway. All right. Yeah, we got a great show lined up for you. Please go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Royal. No tagline necessary. Just recognize she's queen.
What's going on, guys? Girl, oh, jeez, has it been that long? It's your girl Chase.
Yes,
No matter how you say it, long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
And unlike everyone else, I don't have a catchphrase. It's just your boy Hub Deucey here, and we just gonna have some fun. Let's go.
That should be the catchphrase.
I told you, getting it from behind the scenes in all ways. I told you that should be your thing.
You said what?
Getting it from behind the scenes in all ways. Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Anyway, so we got a great show lined up for you today, and as always, we're going to start off with our toy presented by our toy review. You muted yourself.
Who did what?
What?
You muted your.
And you're doing the toy.
Yeah, you're doing the toy review, boo.
Okay, yeah.
It's on you.
Okay, I'm sorry. My apologies. Okay, so I think this was a little while ago that Royal had reviewed this specific Lush toy, but I have a testimony of the Lush 3. So I bought it.
The upgraded version.
Upgraded version. Okay, so I think I bought it the week that she came out. About I think the Lush 2 one or the double-ended one, which one of that's called. I think I bought it like the day we were while we were on the podcast. Actually, I was purchasing it in the aftercare. And so I got it maybe like 4 days later. You know, I didn't even have to pay extra, so that was nice. And it comes with like a nice little pamphlet, little booklet, give you little instrucciones for you to understand how to do it. And yeah, I got that boy connected and turned on. The first time of my use of it was not by myself because it is Bluetooth paired. So I had someone
Excuse me,
really
let's
control
go.
it and do all his patterns and beats, and wow, Squirtle got a little crazy. Okay,
That's
got a
just
little bananas.
crazy.
Got a little
Good
crazy.
job.
Got a little bananas. Shorty was a swimming pool laps. Okay. But it was nice because, like, you know, you get to just, you know, like person doing their thing and you just sitting there doing your thing, and then they just everything is banging at the same time. But on a serious note, it was a really good toy. It was very good to like. It was easy for the person to connect to,
DJing
and
from a
be able to
distance.
control it. Huh?
I say he was DJing from a distance.
Oh yeah, he was DJing from afar. Okay, freaking fresh. Okay, for real. But no, it was really good. You can control the intensity within itself, which I thought was really cool via the app. You're able to go in and put how high or low you want the vibrations to be on you. So if you want strong vibrations, then you or the person who's controlling it is able to give it, you know, that much vibrations. But if you want it lower, just in case you're a homosexual, then yeah, it is quiet though. I did test it, put it underneath a pillow or two, and ran out my room and went down the hallway. I was like, I don't hear it. All right, cool. Then we good. So it is a quiet toy for anyone who has a
Wait,
roommate,
wait.
kid,
You
huh?
said you ran out your room and
Yeah,
went into the hallway. Okay.
yeah. That's how you gotta test it, you know, because I think the Lush 2 says it doesn't have like it doesn't say it significantly is quiet. It doesn't say that. It just says strong vibrations. But this one said quiet, like it was a quieter thing, which I think any person who is living with someone or around someone that they don't want to know is getting down with the get down by themselves, or when somebody's in town, bars, that you don't want it to be loud or anything. So you get to set the vibration of yourself, and yeah, it was good, and the patterns are really nice and smooth. It was a good time. And then I had a little alone time by myself, but for whatever reason it wouldn't connect again. So I don't know. I had to probably go through and like delete it and add it back in or whatever. But yeah, it was a really good time. I had a good time with it. So thank you so much for the recommendation. Your girl had a good time in the meantime.
Good job.
Yes.
So you wore that bitch out. It lost connection and everything.
No.
Bluetooth said, I quit. God damn it.
Not what happened.
No, I'm clocking out.
It's not what happened. I used it because I'm not like an insertion person. So for me to actually enjoy it means something, because I literally was like, I don't know. For a minute, the person's on FaceTime with me. For a minute, I was just like, this feels wrong. Like, this doesn't feel like I'm just like, because I'm not that person to like put something like vibrating inside of me, like, you know, and then just letting it sit there. It was just like, it felt like there was something there, and it's just like vibrating inside my body. I'm feeling it within all of my body, so it felt a little weird. So it took a little bit for me to get used to it as a person.
So wait, this is off the FaceTime. So like this was distance. Like
This is
I've
distance.
only ever had the experience from like across the room. You distance?
This is distance.
Nice.
You didn't catch
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, it was a FaceTime play time. So it was nice. It was yeah. It was good.
Look me in my eyes when I'm texting you, bitch.
Click,
Well,
click,
No,
click.
it was a good time. It was a good time. So I definitely highly recommend it if you are in something long distance, if you have a little lover that's long distance, or if you have somebody like 2 of these people out of these 4 boxes, and you have somebody who's across the room from you. Why not? You know, what's all that shit you was talking in the car? Now we home. Go lay down. You know, I don't know what happens. I just think I know what happens. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know what happened.
Well, I love that for
I know
you.
what
I love that for you.
It was all over your bed. You know exactly what happens.
I knew exactly what was going on.
a question for you. So you said you're not the type to use toys for penetration. So this particular toy, of course, the bulbous end, the bigger end, for those of you who didn't pass fucking SATs. So you only
Wow.
used the clitoral stimulator. That's the only side that you used,
Oh no
or
no
you
no!
did.
There is no clitoral stimulator with that. It's just the bulbous
Insertion.
end. It's just
So
the way
the
that
little part,
the little part is not
It's the
it's
antenna.
just a
It's so you
it's
button.
can catch it.
not vibrational, but it is technically for clitoral stimulation because the whole toy itself is vibrating.
But
But
it's
it's
not giving the
surface.
same.
It's
It's not
not.
the it's not
Yeah.
giving the same energy from the big part to the little part. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Like it
Like
does,
it's
but
just basically like a little tease. It's not
I'm
necessarily a full blown stimulation.
and not gonna hold you. I personally wouldn't want to put the part where a battery attaches itself, like the cord attaches itself, on me anyway. If that makes sense, like because
That's
it has the two dots for it to connect on
mhm.
that part. So like it's exposed. It's not like what's the other one? Is there's another one that kind of like the one we reviewed last week, but it's not the exact toy where it does have the clitoral suction and it has the internal stimulation where you would have like the needle plug in for the charger. That's not exposed. Whereas this one has the little metal on the outside of it for you to connect it to the charger. So I wouldn't want to put that on my body regardless of the fact. But
It'd be a
I mean,
shocking good time.
like I said, it took me like maybe 2 minutes to get comfortable with it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Once it started, the vibrations got higher and it was like a different beat pattern, then it
Mhm.
felt better. But at first, that shit felt weird. Shit felt weird as hell.
So I got a couple other questions because I'm curious about this. I'm curious
Yeah,
about
go ahead.
because I don't reside with my lady, so there might be something I might be interested in investing in at some point. But so for your setup, just kind of delving into your personal life and how you go through this process. You said this is a FaceTime thing, so were you using your tripod? Did you have your camera set up so you could see that person?
Mhm,
I'm just curious. Okay, so
mhm.
you were in your chair, laid back, relaxing, handling,
Yeah,
playing
I was in
rapid rap,
bed.
right?
I was in bed. I mean, so for me personally, I don't like because if you're on FaceTime, obviously you can see yourself. I don't like seeing myself, and not because lack of confidence or whatever. It's just a weird angle. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's a weird angle to see yourself at. Now, if another person's looking at you, that's totally different. It's like a 3D image. You're just getting video straight up crab legs open imagery of yourself. And it's just like, it's a lot to take in. So
It is.
yeah. Wow. Didn't. Um, but nah, I think more if anything, because the way my room was lit at the time too, it was like dark, whatever. So it was more like a audible facial fixation getting
Mhm.
instead of whatever. But the other person wasn't really participating. They were just like, "We're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you right tonight." So
So you had to hold your phone,
no,
and
it was on
because
my ring light.
It was on her.
okay, all right. So you had both hands free.
Yeah.
So the placement of this, because you said you didn't, it's not something that was inserted. You had to hold it in place while he controlled the
No,
vibration.
it was inserted. I said I just don't tend
Okay,
to like things inserted.
no problem, no problem.
Mhm.
I'm painting the picture for the use of the actual toy.
Yeah, no, it was
So
definitely inserted. If you how do I say it? If you're a person who's slippery when wet, you have to physically keep it inside because it was trying to slip
It
up
will
out
move.
all
It
no,
the
it
will.
wasn't trying.
yeah,
You was yeah, that's what you
yeah,
was trying to do. You
yeah,
was trying to kick that motherfucker out.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm just trying to paint the picture, not graphically of yourself, but
Yeah,
just
of
how
course.
the use of the toy
Yeah.
goes.
No, it's definitely
Mhm.
So,
hands-free. It's
okay,
definitely hands-free.
Did you eat
so
your
yeah,
food?
It's definitely hands-free.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could enjoy yourself. But I did take obviously my satisfier at the same time to do a clitoral stimulation too, just because
Because
that
sometimes you need both.
yeah, I
Okay,
need
so
both.
wait, pause. Back it
Mm.
up. Because I remember in our conversations before, you said that those two things were too much for you. Like you couldn't focus on one or the other. So how did that work out?
It was good. It was great. I
See,
think what happened. I think it's if it's two at the same time, like start to finish, that's just too much. But
Mhm.
because of having the Lush 3 inside and letting it do its thing, work me up, like engross my walls, let the blood flow to where it needs to be, let it
Mhm.
get hard and everything. Once I got my like toy on that thing, it was whew, it was over. Comatose.
Okay.
Comatose. And
mm,
then it didn't hurt either to have
someone else controlling it.
my little black boy over here, finish the job and make puddles across the world. hmm I was shocked. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was on that phone, shocked as hell. I was like, and he was like, "Yo, keep going. You gonna get it." And I was like, "Nah, like this is too much." He's like, "No, keep going." And then it was happening. I was like, "It's happening. This is crazy. It's fucking water everywhere." I was so
Not
shocked. I was
water everywhere.
I was so
Okay,
proud.
once again, I love that for you.
Thank
Really do.
Yes, very happy for you.
Not
So-
Zoidberg energy. Not Zoidberg energy, Jamaica. I swear.
Checking out the comments over on YouTube, Genocide Circus. Well, first off, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Thank you for joining us. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Jamaica F started us off with it has indeed been that long. Genocide Circus says toy of the week is the one that I posted in Discord. Point blank. Period. You're wrong. Jamaica says it wouldn't reconnect. The Haunter says, isn't that the toy that the cam girls use? I don't know. How much cam girls you watching, homie? And she, of course, Jamaica says, oh my, the Haunter. I think that's the same toy that the donators change the different vibrator settings. So I'm assuming that could be the case if you had somebody on FaceTime controlling the different vibrations. But also, you've mentioned like we go through a lot, but Candace really just mentioned like 3 other damn toys she had used in this whole situation. So, question,
Yeah, like I feel like you could, if you're a person who gets internal stimulation, like that does it for you. Oh yeah, you're set. You could just be busting one over and over again, hands free, letting it ride out. But seeing as I'm a person who does not get in, like I don't come off of internal stimulation, I need clitoral stimulation to get me off, then yeah, you're gonna do that. And then once I was done, I put the toys away and everything. I was like, now I'm trying to fuck. So I had to fuck myself to sleep, and it was delicious.
so, yeah, that is a quick audible question. So, like, and that's for everybody in the audience as well. Like, I'm down for toy play. I'm down for toy play. My issue with long distance play is it's gonna, in my opinion, it would leave somebody wanting more. Like, I need you to fuck here. Like, this is only gonna get halfway through. Like, I would not be able to sit there handling my own business while I'm controlling your toy, because eventually I'm gonna want my adventure time. It's that simple. So I don't know. I can't get the long distance stuff. Seems like it's good, but only if I know where this is going to end up. I know where this is going to go.
I was gonna say you would think it would be more so like an appetizer instead of the actual entree. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like it's to build up the anticipation. I think, like, of course, it can be satisfying in the moment, but it's basically like that. This is what we doing until I can get my hands on you, type of shit. You know what I mean? So I feel like it would just heighten it that more. It's just like phone sex.
If you live 15 minutes away, sure. But if you live 2 hours away, god damn it.
But no, I've had a long distance relationship before, and we've had to make do with what we did, like long distance wise. I mean, we only seen each other like once, maybe twice a month. And we did what we could in between time. But y'all know I got hoes all over the world. So when and none of them live anywhere near me, unfortunately. I'm actually in the middle of a recruiting process. But if like
it is recruiting season though.
It's recruiting season.
This is cuddle season. What you talking about?
The roster's looking pretty good right now for March Madness.
Actually, it's the end of cuddle season. Yeah.
This ain't cuddle season. Cuddle season was pretty.
Yeah,
this is the recruiting season for the roster.
For like summertime, fine. I need a recruiting season because it's gonna be hot girl summer, but I don't need to be a hot girl hoochie. So you just get one and you're good. But the thing is that what I like about it, I'm a mental person. So if I'm mentally like satisfied, then I'm okay. So if you're keeping like the sexiness going, the talking, the this, the that, then I'm Gucci. Like I really thought, I was like, oh man, I can't do this. Like I need physical touch. Like, yeah, obviously I need physical touch. But in some way, you mentally keeping me makes me feel physically kept by you also. Especially in terms when you have a toy like this, that the person's literally giving you the business. Hey, that the person's literally giving you the business, like via the phone. Like they're doing it. They're dead ass doing it. Like it's not you. Like, and then they also have ones that we all know that they have like the robot fleshlight that I've used that on somebody long distance too. where they've had it on themselves. I control the beat patterns and everything like that, the suction and how hard it was going. So that was exciting for me because I'm getting to please you from far away, and I'm just kind of like, "Ooh, this is exciting!" Like I get to like visually watch it. So it's something visual too, as like as a different type of pleasure. But then they also have ones that are dildo too. That one might be a little bit more interesting because then I'm like literally getting fucked by you in like in some form. That's kind of crazy. I don't know.
To answer a question in the comments, Genocide Circus, why are recruiting and cuddling limited to seasons? It's not. It's just a saying. Like most people, and people have different definitions of when cuffing season starts and when it ends. For me, I treat it like football. Like in my mind, if I was single, we would be in off season right now. Like you got to get through the summer where you're supposed to be doing your recruiting and your hunting and you're looking at players out there to see who's going to be on the roster. You make your final cuts before the wintertime, before fall comes. And then by wintertime, you should be definitely locking down your if you're not a hoe, your starting five or your MVP. And that's the person you want to lock in. And then, Christmas is the playoffs because you're giving out gifts, you get meeting the family, whatever have you. And all the way until Valentine's Day when it's the fucking Super Bowl. I've said that on the show plenty of times.
Okay, so what's March? Because I'm thinking like March Madness.
March is for me. March is March Madness. Me is March Madness. Like I'm going through.
It is March Madness.
I'm going through the roster of finalizing who's going to be my summer boo.
Right.
Like I'm going through the dockets of like who's that, because I'm not gonna be hitting and screwing every person up on the block during the summertime, right? Because I know everybody's out here being a hoe during the summertime. I just want one faithful penile to be my satisfaction when I would like to. If I'm going out, I got a little twisted. Hey, what's up? Where you at? Like, let me get some of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the brunches, it's the mimosas. Like, I need you to be on standby. And I don't want to be messing with multiple people at the same time. So like I'm gonna keep you for my summer thing. You know what I'm saying? And then if you last, then cool. But like other than that, I'm probably around fall time gonna start looking for who's gonna be my cuddle buddy now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like around August is the new roster of like who's gonna be hitting the cuddle buddy season. Like you feel what I'm saying? And then from there, it just keeps going and going and going. I mean, unless someone wants to take me off the streets because it's getting hot out here on the block. So,
you better hurry up, homie. You better hurry up. Whoever the hell you are. Your ass ain't watching the comments and getting in the comments and telling us who the fuck you are is signing up. Nigga, you need support. Support her shit. Support her shit, nigga.
No, I will say really quick for a really quick insert. Someone slid into the DMs in the most correct way ever.
What?
Like, they wanted okay, so I had posted a video. I don't know if you guys recently seen a video that I had posted. I had like the long nails on, the tight little black dress, the ass was sitting, makeup was looking nice, right? And the person hit me up, it was just like, nah, you was looking good as fuck in that video. I'm a sliding in DMs real quick. I'm like, okay, it's TikTok. You just all play. Like it is what it is. Oh no. It was just a DM with a phone number. There was no hey beautiful. It was just a phone number. Like, you know what to do it and just do it. It was automatically kind of giving orders without saying nothing. Just giving the phone number, like you do with that. I didn't like, oh hey, it's Shay's. It's like, oh, like I'm like, oh okay.
You got a question?
I got a question. So, did you guys have a prior relationship to this? Have you talked before? Or at least in the comments?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't just a random who saw the video and was like, "Oh, you was looking nice." Phone number.
I've had that happen too, but the way that they did it was like off-putting, and how they slid into the DM.
But they didn't do the exact same thing this guy did.
Yeah.
He just said a number, but he had a foundation built beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just want to clarify.
So I guess it was
anybody out there who's trying to shoot another shot.
It was a little bit like easier, I guess, to like not feel weirded out because you know the person.
Yeah.
But I also, I've had randoms do it and their slide in the DM is just not successful, not a good landing sliding, not at all.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's how you should introduce yourself in some, but that's part of the game. You gotta watch a couple of videos, you gotta like a couple of videos, let you know that hey, I exist.
Yeah,
I might be like things. And then you drop a couple of comments. I've done it in the past.
Like for example,
the introduction happened, like the full blown introduction happened in the DMs. Isn't it a little bit?
No. Like okay, for example, I was live the other day, right? And someone who I do not know at all, okay, came in live and was just like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, hey, thanks for joining." It was like, "Yo, I sent you a DM." I was like, "Oh, I never received a DM." It's like, "Yeah, I did." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go on my other phone." went on my other phone. I was like, I searched the name. I said, there is no direct message link between us two.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who you sent the DM to, but it wasn't me. And so he was, I did. I was like, okay. So I'm gonna go on your page right now. You want to come in my live talk on something? Yo, I sent you a DM. I'm gonna evaluate you right now on live in front of people. I ain't if you're bold enough to do it, But
Right.
and he didn't get butthurt. He didn't get like, why would you do that? Blah blah blah. I did it. I gave a Keith Lee rating.
Not to Keith Lee.
I did. I gave a Keith Lee rating on multiple parts and everything.
I received the DM. I'm gonna rate it 1 through 10.
I did. I gave him a rating in different facets and everything. But he was cool with it. He laughed, and I was like, see, that's something that I would want to. That's a person I would want to like continue chatting with or whatever. Because it wasn't like you doing too much or whatever. It was unique. It was, hey, I DM'd you, you ain't say shit back. I was like, oh, you checking me? Okay,
and he lived up to, he owned up to it. All right, cool. You got rated. All right, cool. Go ahead, rate it.
Yeah, and it was cool with it. So it was fine. It was a good 8.2 overall rating. So he was
So where does he fall on the Cuddle Buddy scale? Like, where is he at now? Was he a successful? Like, is he in the
How did we
running?
jump there? How did we jump there so fast? This was just the other day. How did we jump to
I
Cuddle
didn't. I said I didn't say did he get it yet. I said where does he fall? Like, what is he in the running? Is he a potential?
I mean, he couldn't, because I don't think he lives in any remote status. Like he doesn't live in, yeah. So not Cuddle Buddy. Probably someone to chat to. Yeah, why not?
No, that's right. Like I'm not about wasting my time. When I was single, like, look, Joe, you too far.
I am moving in a year, so I don't really care to handle or hold on to anything like here any which way. So yeah, like I'm more of a chat person, anyways. I like to talk to people.
Yeah. I was just speaking for myself. Like I can't do the whole. I wasn't saying you should.
Oh yeah.
For me, no, I can't. You live in Wisconsin. Get off. Get go.
No, you live in Wisconsin. They ain't never have. No, if you said Florida, North Carolina, even Kentucky, maybe.
The Carolinas are close enough for me to make it.
Yeah, the Carolinas.
That's the thing, though.
But if you said Wisconsin.
What's wrong with Wisconsin? Okay, so here's the thing. We are all adults, and all of us can afford airfare at this point. You know what I'm saying? So if you're willing to make it, work, I'm just saying. There have been plenty of people who have had long distance relationships that have made it work and gotten airfare.
Wisconsin.
I'm just saying. What?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
I'm just saying, North Dakota. Like you have, to me. Like, yes, are there places like Wisconsin? I think no, Wisconsin is not. But if it was a person was like, what was like Illinois or whatever like that like probably is closer to me than a lot of places like South that I would deem okay. But these are places that I know. Like anywhere I go down there, I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense. If like you're in Florida, I know Florida.
You have to know the area in order to be able to talk to the person.
Because I know it, like I'm comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't be like if like let's just say for me, if this was to go further, let's just say if this was to go further and we made it and we make it official, like it's just like now we're into the like, well, someone's got to move. Typically, sometimes the man will move for the woman, right? But in some cases, if the woman's just like, I'm tired of living here, i.e. me, I would move to where they are, right? So if you're in the Carolinas, the Georgias, even the Alabama, I got family living in Alabama. As long as I got family that resides somewhere up in there, I'm cool, right? So if you're in any of these areas, I can move there because I'm familiar, maybe not the area exactly, but the state in itself, I'm familiar with it. I'm cool. I'm not moving to North Dakota with your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It has to be reasonable. No.
The states is Black people. We just supposed to stay out of anyway. And I feel like North Dakota is one of them choices. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, for the right person, you're telling me, so if you don't know the place, if you don't have family there, for the right person, this person could be your soulmate, but they live in California. You're not moving?
California, no.
So here's my question. Because we've seen a plethora of different videos where men have traveled or women have been flued out, whatever you want to call it, and nothing is happening. The person get there and it's like, you know why I came here. I came all the way to Texas to get some pussy. Like this ain't no, I want to get to know you. If I'm flying out here to see you, I'm fine with the fuck because I'm trying to figure out what this is. And that's just being honest with it. So no, I'm not, I don't care if we have fucked before, cool, then I can start thinking about that. I might invest in a flight. But
Right.
just to get to know you, you better fly halfway and we meet in the middle of the damn country or something.
And what's wrong with that?
That's why I'm
What's
saying
that?
we
Yeah,
better
no,
do that.
sure, okay.
I ain't
She's
saying there's
not.
anything wrong. I said that was what we better do because I'm not
My
not
brother,
flying
my
across
my
country
mother has
for
told me
no
that
pussy.
one of my brothers have done that. Like they've flown mutually to some sort of state to meet a person. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't have your own place or even if you live in a roommate, whatever like that, you're gonna want to get a room with the person anyway, just to have like that
Right.
time away. So like either way, I mean, at this point, the only thing that sucks is like instead of one person taking care of the hotel, one person taking care of flights, you both got the flight, you both got the hotel. You know, it is what it is. But
Mhm.
it's still it doesn't matter. I feel like wherever you want to meet the person, wherever you want to meet the person. But I'm also not putting my ranges out to someone that lives out in West Bumfuck of the United States of America.
I mean,
Hey, I'm feeding her. Anyway. No, I mean it's
see what I'm saying?
Nah,
yeah, don't get me. And
Wow.
let me clarify first before anybody starts starting shit. I mean, we have talked. I'm not saying I just DM'd you 2 days ago and I'm about to fly out to get some pussy. I'm not saying that before
Yeah.
anybody puts my fucking words. I mean, we've developed this conversation. We've started to build a rapport, and we've already had the sex conversation. If you ain't had the sex conversation within the first 3 weeks, what the fuck are we doing here? We know what men's objective is in this. It's
Yes,
not
but
just to get sex.
sometimes
We have
it
to at least
if
have
you
this
do
sex
if you
conversation
put
before I decide to fly out there. Like,
yeah,
for real.
if you're going to be meeting a person, yes, obviously a sexual conversation has to be had beforehand. But in a regular standpoint, I've learned putting sexual conversation out there too early can almost make it just a sexual conversation.
Right.
If that
Oh my
makes
God,
sense.
sex.
Like if you like no, I'm not saying there's no
we
time
bring it
limit
back
to
to
it.
3-date rule.
His start
And,
date.
and- and this
His
is for
3-date rule.
and that's just for Trey. That's for
Mhm.
Trey. And Trey's in a relationship, so he's cool now.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I've learned of many times with just chatting with a person. As soon as sex is brought up, as soon as just like, yeah, you know, this is what I like, da 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 da. Every time we talk now, there's something every single, and it's like now I know what you like. I knew what you were gonna come, what you're here for. You thought it looked good, obviously, but now I know where you want this to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody slid in my DMs the other day, and I was just like, "Oh, long term, I would want a relationship, but for right now, I'm just trying to get to know a person on a deeper level and connect with them." That's pretty much it. I don't really want nothing else out of nobody right now. And conversation was going good. How's work? What was this? Da da da. And then, so intimacy. Does that come included with your getting to know a person better package? And I'm like,
What?
and
Getting
I'm
to know
like,
the
and
package.
I'm like, you know what? I don't think that sex. I don't think a lot of people know that there's a difference between sex and intimacy. So I said, yes, I would like to be intimate with a person, but is sex off rip part of the package? No. But if you're looking for just a fuck buddy, then maybe I'm just not the person that you should be talking to. I'm
That's
like,
fair.
no, that's
Right.
not what I said. That's
That's
not what I
fair.
said. And I'm like, okay, are you sure? Like, yeah, no. I'm just like, yeah, like, could sex be part of it? Cool, yeah. Just right now, no. But intimacy could definitely is part of the package. And I'm glad that he asked that question.
Mhm.
But because of that, and because I said if you're looking for a fuck buddy, he's like, no. That gives me like you looking for a fuck buddy. You're trying to play cool
Trying to be
until
nice.
it is what it is. Yeah.
So
Right.
let me clarify again. I just want to make sure I'm clear. Because when I say the 3 weeks, I ain't saying we fucking in 3 weeks. I'm saying we need to have the sex conversation within 3 weeks of us starting to have a rapport. You need to know. Any dude out there, I recommend you do this because you need to find out whether you're wasting your time or you actually on the right track. If you have no intention of being intimate with me, then you're wasting my fucking time. I've got enough friends. Go with God. It's cool. You don't want to do it. That's your choice. Women control access to sex. It's that simple. It's on you. But I need to know within 3 weeks of us conversing whether this is going to go in that direction. Where you want to call it intimacy, being a cuddle buddy, whatever the fuck it is, fuck buddy, whatever you want to call it, whatever decision we're about to make. I need to know within 3 weeks.
Here's the
That's
thing.
what's
I feel like if I haven't started talking to you about sex, like there's no flirtation or something like that within 3 weeks, I'm just not feeling you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It would be different if, you know, after the first couple of conversations and I'm still filling you out, maybe we don't talk that much and that's why we haven't had the sex conversation yet. But if it's a continuous flow of conversation between the two of us for 3 straight weeks and we haven't at least like toyed with the
Or
flirted in that form, in
Right.
that like towards that. I mean,
Right.
if I'm talking about Trey, I'm talking about like if we just like so like you like getting hit from the back, right? Like out of nowhere, like no, like whoa, let's relax.
But,
Like
Not like that.
you gotta have some fucking tact. You gotta have some tact, gentlemen.
yeah,
You
but we
can't
have
just
to
be
be we
like,
have to be
hey,
clean
so
and clear. Yeah,
you
yeah, we
can't
gotta be
do
clear,
that.
but
No.
we gotta be clear, because some people could take it like, oh, well, Trey's, and I don't like when people take things out of context and then use it like against the person. So that's what I'm saying is like to put it in the like, yeah, if you know that I'm flirting with you and I say like a little something that has a little innuendo to it, like okay, cool, like that, like you know what's up, like you know what I'm saying, but. I've seen a multitude of times that once like the sex conversation gets brought up, it turns into just that. And it's just like, okay, so then you weren't here for the same thing that I was here for. That's all you had to say. Like, I understand like some people feel like they have to lie to like get what they want, and I mean if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But if a person is just layman terms saying, what are you looking for? What do you want? And if your answers don't match, it's okay to say, damn, all right, and you go on about your business. Like
Right.
that's it. You don't have to be like, okay, well, if this person says this, then I'll say like, yeah, I'm pretty much the same, just so I can. That's manipulating, and that's dumb. Like no, because it no. Just say this is what I'm looking for, and the person can come back and go, you know what? Fuck it, like you look good. Why not? Like
Right.
literally, that's something that can happen.
What we always preach here, fucking communication. That's part of communication. But we,
What the?
but
Yeah.
we kind of got sidetracked from the transition I was trying to make because you're originally talking about toys. And one of the questions we're going to ask here is how many toys are too many? Because you just listed off like 3. So in you guys' opinion around the panel, what do you think is too many toys that somebody can have? If you walk into somebody's house and they have a wall of paraphernalia, are you going to be intimidated and you can be like, are they clean? Let's go. How are you going to take that? How are you going to feel about it? Hypotheticals, of course.
Hypothetically, you walk in and you walk into like, hey, this is my dungeon. What? It depends on the type of toys and everything, honestly. Like, if you got over there, you got like elephant trunks just mounted on the floor. You know what? You know what?
I need to leave.
I
need to leave. I need to go.
This one is my favorite. I like this one.
This is my favorite one. Like, nah.
Don't walk me into no dungeon. Fuck that.
Elephant trunks. That's gotta go. I gotta go.
Yeah.
We're not walking to no dungeon. Fuck that. First of all,
can I talk about that on this show? Because I can say it now. They fired me. Fuck Vivint. When I worked for Vivint, I went into a customer's house and he was building a dungeon.
Yeah.
Did I put that in the group? I think I put it in the Discord.
We put it in the group. We never talked about it on the show.
We have it. I walked into. I was like, he was like, what the? He was like, yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
It's a wine cellar, and he's like, no, it is not. There's gonna be a lot of whining in the cellar, but it ain't a wine cellar. Okay.
No.
And you know what? Also, speaking about toys, Trey, I totally forgot to tell you guys this when I went into Adam and Eve like a couple weeks ago. Trey, do you remember when you brought? I think it was Trey or Royal. I don't know who was doing it this week. When it was those like majestic like dragon weird
bad dragon, you know
like,
that
was
me. That was Royal. That was
Royal. They had them in the stove. Like they had the dragons and stuff. I was
we gotta go to Adam and Eve just because of morbid curiosity. I don't want any personally. I don't want any personally.
But look, there's a difference from
dragon.
Yeah, but dragons, don't you, Squidward?
You like dragons, don't you, Squidward? But no, like there's a difference from seeing them in pictures versus seeing them in real life. Seeing them in real life, I'm like, whose plot is that going up in? Like, what is that?
Hey, my boy Drogo. Like,
come on. Like this. I got the Kraken. Let's go. Like what?
Shout out to Game of Thrones. Yeah, who got that reference? But yeah. So how much? But we still are talking about the amount, not necessarily the particular.
I don't think that there's not a limit, but there's a limit. Like so for like me personally. I don't know.
For a guy, you don't think it's a limit for a guy? Like you walking in his house?
No, okay. So I will say this: if he's supposedly a single man, if he's supposedly a single man, a bachelor in these streets, right?
Okay.
and he is a man who likes to have the pleasure of women and all this other stuff, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
For me, I would always just tell a person, just bring your own personals. But if he wants to have his own eclectic, like storage amount,
Right.
Mhm.
I could understand him having maybe 4, maybe 5 different types, just because there are a lot of different toys that please a lot of different people certain type of ways.
Mhm.
So I could understand him having, like, maybe 4 or 5 different either vibrators, or, like, maybe having 2 well, I wouldn't want him to have any dildos of his own, to be honest with you. But, like, maybe 2 dildos or something like that, like, things like that. Things that are safely and can be cleaned and covered with a condom, obviously. I wouldn't be too pressed about it. Like, I'd be fine. But if homie has like a 10 organized by color size, like, thing
Starting
of
from the
just
smallest to
vibrators and
largest.
dildos and this and that, and like we're not even talking about like BDSM stuff at this point. Like, I'm not including paddles and
I was saying I
crosses
wouldn't even
and
be
all that.
intimidated about with that. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
intimidated about the BDSM stuff. But if I'm walking in and you have like the Great American
Drogo.
Challenge or some shit like that, and in your house, and I have a
Was really
whole
want to bring that joint home. This like the 4th show he done brought that joint up on, man. We don't want to talk about the Anchor Challenge. Like,
just saying. Hey,
it's
we talk
fixed.
about dildos. So I'm just saying that would be some intimidating shit for me if I walked into a man's house and he expected me to sit on that. If I walked into to Hub Deucer's house when we started dating, he was like, "Yeah, I got this for you, nigga." No, you don't. No, you don't.
no,
Like,
you
where the
don't.
fuck
No,
that's
you
supposed to
don't. I
go?
don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah,
So,
no.
if I walked into a lady's house and she had a wall of toys, my first thought is, I hope that they are clean for you. But honestly, it would be intimidating to see that much, and like a hypothetical wall. But if she has a chest, if she got some glass ones lined up like Patrice O'Neal inside a suitcase, cool. That's what you got. But
And he's
you
talking about Patrice
have
O'Neal. I was waiting, like, what the fuck did I do
have to you have to have a dedicated space, in my opinion. They shouldn't be out. Like, I've know girls who keep them out and about, and they just on the
now?
coffee table like it's nothing. Like, well, I used to know girls like that, and it's like you just gonna put Oswald Cobblepot on the table, and that's cool. You just gonna leave it there.
Wait, don't
See
you
the
have another
video?
story like that? Like, didn't
She
somebody
had
do that when
she
your
had, she
customer?
had a penguin, like shaped like a penguin,
It was a
and it was
penguin?
on the coffee table. Yes, yes, yeah,
Why
yeah.
a penguin? I would have so many questions. Why the fuck is it a penguin? All right,
A
okay.
bowling pin upside down, because you know how it goes fat on the end. It went
Yeah.
up as it went. Like, yeah, it was a penguin. I'm like, I got nothing for you, shorty. I can't. Like, I'm a regular smuggler nigga. I ain't got nothing for you. I can't. No.
If-
I mean,
if-
you can
if-
still do it, but
That reminds me of a video I saw on TikTok where a daughter went up to her mother and was just like, "Ma'am, we do not care what you do in your bedroom at your time during your thing, but for you to have children in this house and you got your thing just sitting there next to the sink on like whatever wrapped up in a towel." She goes, "Thank God," and then it pans to like their younger sibling, like, "Thank God, little whatever didn't find it or whatever," and the mother's just cracking up laughing. As funny as that is, no. First of all, it was in the kitchen, like, wrapped up in a towel. Why didn't you just go to the bathroom and clean it? Why did you go to this like, the
Why
kitchen?
the
Like, that
kitchen sink?
we
why the
eat
kitchen sink?
food
1,
out of the sink.
thing,
But
the
it's not
kitchen
just
sink.
that, but there's different, like, I don't know. I feel a certain type of way about it being around like food bacteria and all that. I just feel
Yeah,
like it go
there's
inside
that.
of my body.
Exactly,
Like,
and then 2, why were you so careless, like, doing it like, I understand parents have to have, like, their time, like, I'm not saying that you should be objected to creepy crawling in the middle of the night to do stuff, but
mm-mm.
be aware, like, I mean, I've had plenty of times where I woke up in the morning and thought I put something back, and then I get to the door and I hear boom, and I'm like, "Oh, well, damn." And I gotta be careful. I gotta
Mm.
make sure, because I don't live by myself. You know what I'm saying? So if you know that you live with your kids, why would you just go in the bathroom, clean, do what you need to do, wrap it up in the towel like you did before, and go in your room and change or something like that, or go when you go to take a shower and then bring it back out the shower with you. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, it was funny. The kids made it funny, but I know at the end of the day that did something to them, in
Oh, yeah.
some fashion,
Hey, if you saw when she was cradling it like a baby,
Yeah.
she had the Great American Challenge. So possibly what happened was Grandma got her rocks off and got so woozy and forgot. Whoo! Left it on the counter, just sitting there, just swinging back and forth. It was like, you need to go lay down, child. Ooh,
But no,
roll
it
doing the
wasn't.
curls
It
up
definitely
and
wasn't a
put the head
grandma.
on.
I think she was like you guys' age. I ain't gonna hold you.
You
No,
lied.
I think
no,
she
the
was.
mother
The
who
mother,
was
she was.
she was probably our parents' age. She wasn't our age.
Right.
Because
Oh,
the
She
daughter was
didn't know.
probably our age.
Okay, so maybe you're talking about different. But I'm saying that in this video, it was the children. Like, they were like teenagers, late, maybe early 20s. So that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Like, more than likely, probably late 30s, early 40s is what she was. And
I'm
the
about to say it had
video
to be
that I was talking
40.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that's
had
what
to
I'm
be
saying.
Either way, that thing knocked her ass out so loopy that she left that shit on the counter, just wacky waving inflatable
But she
arms.
had a towel on, so that means she just got out the shower. So, like, what? Why didn't you just go in the bathroom with it?
Why you ain't think you was already in the shower?
She got
Completed in
rubber
the
drunk.
shower.
She got rubber drunk. She might have had it in the shower and just sat down for a second and totally forgot it. That's probably what happened.
Came out
She
to get a
got
glass
rubber
of
drunk.
water,
Wait,
like,
wait, real
woo!
quick, because we getting away from the comment section right now. So Hunter is saying when a dildo is the size of a fire extinguisher, it's too much. I'm out. Facts. I'm sorry. That shit was scared the fuck out of me.
Like, nothing smaller?
Nothing
That's
smaller.
too much?
If you filled up a bookcase, that's too. He said that's too much. You fucking mythical creatures, nah, too much. Genocide Circus says, just say you weak. Where's your patriotism?
Oh, God.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Call me unpatriotic if you want to call me.
Writing your obituary,
Okay.
trying to do that challenge.
That's
I'm
ridiculous. But
No,
I
my
mean,
vagina is not a patriot. I'm sorry.
yeah. And also it does depend on exactly what she would have. I mean, I understand why some ladies would be like, why does this dude have a plethora of different dildos? But no judgment here. He might be actually interested in receiving that on his own. He might have a strap he might hand to you and be like, hey,
definitely.
that's and there's nothing wrong with that if that's your choice.
Right.
Definitely.
So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be realistic real quick in this entire conversation.
Mhm.
Do not walk me in your house into a dungeon, into a wall bookshelf bedroom full of toys without us having a conversation first. Okay, fucking communicate that shit. Because
Yes.
if I walk in and that is the first thing I see, one of the first things I see, I'm walking back out. Because this is not a
He's gonna walk
conversation
you in
that
and
we
say, my safe word is papaya.
not papayas. No, I'm done.
The problem. That's the problem. But I mean, you shouldn't like anybody who does that is not. They don't get it. You would never walk into that situation because somebody who's put that much time and effort into cultivating that type of a collection, in my opinion, would have had the wherewithal to say, "Hey, I'm into something like this before you walked it. Before I walked you into
I would
it."
hope.
Yeah.
Yo,
you
have
would
the
hope.
conversation beforehand because you
But-
don't know what the person, your potential partner is into.
Yeah. I highly doubt somebody who would just spring it on you would be the type of person you would want to walk into their house without knowing what type of person they are anyway. They would be, want to see my collection? That's the
You
type
know
of
what?
dude you don't go home with.
But you know what I never understood? I actually seen a video on TikTok like this before, and it was like, dudes are gonna learn today, and literally dressed up like she was about to go rob them. It was a funny video, but I never understood the dudes who are like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, nice to meet you." Blah blah blah. You trying to come through? Just because you have a house or apartment or townhouse condo of your own, you live with a roommate, whatever. Just because you don't live with your parents no more, okay, and you have your own place, doesn't mean you are not susceptible to getting your shit robbed, okay? So, or someone breaking in later on. I do not understand why some men think it is okay within the first 3 to 5 hours of meeting a person online, go, you trying to come through tonight? You trying to slide? Like, you do not
They
know
got
me, man.
one thing on their mind, and they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
And I totally understand that. But my thing is, even if I lived by myself, if I really wanted to slide on someone, I would meet them somewhere. There would be some locally met place. I would not just and not just me being a female, just me understanding that you could come back because that has happened to I remember a story a couple years ago that happened to a guy. He invited Shorty over, like he got it. The next day, he got robbed. Like she brought niggas with them and they robbed. Like you know what I'm saying?
You
Because
know why they do that?
there are some women who like they have that ploy. I'm gonna know I look good. I'm gonna get this dude, and the next day I'm coming through the bus and shit, and I'm gonna take his stuff. It's things like that happen. I feel like people just need to be acute. I've had people literally say, "Oh, you look like you're a good girl. I mean, look at your smile. This dimple will rob you too." Okay, it's like don't get it misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure when you're out here doing your thing that you properly or in some fathom that as best as you can vest or I mean vet sorry vest vet or like just keep your place your sanctity, please.
Well,
It's
we know why guys are willing to do that because it's successfully worked out for them before.
something like that almost happened to you.
They-
What? I'm
What?
sorry, I'm on live on TikTok. So I just commented that something like
Okay.
that almost happened to them. Go
Wow.
ahead.
But yeah, like dudes will continue to do that because like Dragon said, they have one thing on their mind, and two, it has worked out in their favor. They've been able to approach girls and proposition them and say, "Hey, come to my spot." And some girls are not used to dealing with dudes who have their own place, and that's a selling factor for them. Some, not all, some, not all. And they will go along with that. And, oh, girl, he got a nice house. He got a leather couch. He got a black car, blah, blah, blah. Pussy's his. Some girls will do that. It's just that simple. All you need is a comfy couch or a comfy bed, and you can get some head. It's that
Not
simple.
the comfy couch, please.
Yeah.
But I
Hey,
think
hey, the little clown, she was flexible. She went around the clock. That was
I think I've only done that once, and that's because we ended up finding out we know the same mutual people, and the mutual people that we find out like they're really, really close to them. So that's why I think I've only went to a person's place quicker than I normally would have, because they knew them. Like there was some, and I vetted them, like made sure that how close are you to this person? Oh, I know homeboy since we were like 8. Like we've been real cool. Like we literally like on borderline best friends. Oh, okay. Then I'll trust you. Like obviously in better judgment that way. But if y'all just texting each other like, hey, what's up? I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like you try to come through. Like last night I went out and I was gonna tell one of the dudes like, yo, I'm gonna be at this bar. If you want to meet me there, I have people who are going to be there, so I know I got somebody around me, and it's a live environment with a lot of people. Just come through and chill. Like let's talk it up. Let's chat it up. Why not?
I'm having a house party. Come through. Just a safe environment. There's multiple people there.
Yeah.
Genocide Circus on YouTube says that's not dude exclusive, Chase. I've had a few meetings at their spot, at their place. There are women who do it.
That's what
There are
I'm
women
saying.
who feel
No
comfortable
one
doing
should
it.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends on how. Go ahead.
I've done some road trips, so I it happens.
Yeah.
I feel like I shouldn't make any comments because I was I was one of them. I'm gonna just say I'm reformed, and we're gonna move on from there.
You was letting people up in your house.
I
Crazy.
was.
What the hell is the matter with you?
Crazy.
Listen, I was young and I was dumb. Okay, what you want from me?
Craziness.
What you want?
That's why I say now I have been covered for these 30 years.
And without a
I'm
blood,
not taking no
By
more
the-
chances.
By the blood of the lamb.
blood. You
By
understand?
the
Yeah.
blood.
I'm out the game. I'm good.
I literally have been covered. Therefore, I said no more chances. I'm not gonna do this whole like, yeah, let's get up in. No.
Mm-mm.
At this point, if you ain't my friend, you ain't getting in.
Mm-mm.
Hey, okay, this is what it is. Okay,
Mhm.
so
So another aspect of the toy conversation to move things along was that may be intimidating is, like you said, the American challenge. So is the size of the toys, would they affect your decision making in that situation? If you saw a monster, a floor model, if you will, that is greeting you in the face, and you're 5'5", it's just it's there. Like, are you going to walk out the door? Like, does size matter in the matter of toys?
yeah, that's just scary.
Yes, size matters in the matter of choice. Yes, it does. That's terrifying.
But you still want to go see the dragons?
I just want to go purely
You.
for educational purposes.
Hey,
I don't wanna
cats
go
down.
Listen, I
didn't.
see it. Listen, okay, I see a dragon every day. I'm just saying.
That's why she looked it up. That's why she looked it up. Hey.
All right, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. I'll give it to you.
Stop up, Juicy. Y'all.
I'm just saying, there's a dragon right
Okay,
here. She sees it all the time.
I'm gonna give it to
All
him.
right.
Alright.
Royal just went over there. She over there training the dragon too. Okay. Okay.
I cannot with y'all.
I don't know. Sometimes the dragon be training me, but anyway, we're gonna move on past that.
Hey. Hey.
Okay. Hey.
I'm trying to get
So-
like y'all.
So Candace, are you going to be intimidated by a big toy?
Yes, even though I'm a big girl, I cannot handle that myself. No, I cannot. I will not. I would not be entertaining any type
The
of.
glitter said she's not trying to die.
No, because honestly, like if you guys think about it, like okay, so when I was in the store, right, and I was
Look
looking
at
at
my
these sizes,
bed.
I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, 6 inches, like okay, I've been there, done that, past that, like whoa, right?
Uh-huh.
But they had it like 15 centimeter diameter. I'm like, 15 centimeters. This was 15 centimeters. Okay, this don't. But I feel like I've taken thicker, like whatever. The
Uh-huh.
next one up was 7 at 25 centimeters. That thing was like this. I said, this is a hamburger. I will not. Are you kidding me right now? I'm like, whoever bought this needs to no. If you bought this, you don't need a man. You got your man. Okay, for $25.99. Okay, you got your man. No, I'm all set. Yeah, no.
Not the
So I've realized,
$25.99.
and as I've gotten older, I've realized obviously size still does matter to me, just because my size matters. But if you know how to do what you can, then cool. And especially if you know how to do what you can with your wrist to churn some butter, fuck it, we in there. But not with no damn 25 centimeters.
So.
But not with no damn, not no damn on 25 centimeter. The fuck? I've realized 15 is all I need. Maybe 20, but not 25. Now I'm gonna take a measuring tape and start measuring people, because I gotta make sure. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I should have posted that video. It was a TikTok of this lady who
Who
actually
is putting that? That is like 16-year-old person doing that with the end wood part of the brush. Oh my
What?
god!
Wait,
I'm just
you
throwing
on
up
TikTok, I
examples.
keep
Like,
forgetting.
so, yeah, because I'm trying to find a way to transition into this next topic, because I don't know how to talk about this shit. You guys brought it up. We
You
can't
said
remember.
you already did it. You said, "Are you intimidated by size?" And you could have just gone into it. I'm like,
that was
okay,
about
well, what
before.
y'all?
So now we got to bring it somewhere else. So now we're
Okay.
talking about the real flesh, real deal. So I was holding up different examples of different sizes, and what you're willing to accept is my little baby lighter, little mini lighter. Yeah. So I was just holding up stuff like yes, no. Like what's your name?
The width of that damn paddle? What the fuck? I mean, the brush? What the fuck was that?
I mean, like, yeah, that's my
But
torch.
he about to light some shit up.
I'm trying to figure out what type of examples are these, sir? Like, come on now. No.
Master cylinder. No. Like, what are y'all going with? Do I need to get Drogo back out? Like what's where do you stop?
Dear God.
Because we've had this conversation on this show before. We've talked about size and what's important, but from one moment you'll have your size queens who are screaming up and down. I need 10, I need 12, I need 9 to 15.
And them some line ass.
Listen. Those bitches' cervixes are in the back of their throat. You understand me? There is no way in hell. No way in hell. That
You know the women who be like,
taking attendance. No.
I was in labor for 25, 35, 45 hours. That's them hoes. Why your cervix all the way back there?
All the way back here.
Why your cervix all the way back there? That's
baby traveled out for the longest. Like, God damn, I ain't out yet.
Your alignment is off. You don't need a mechanic.
You need to tune up. Her alignment is off.
Your alignment is off. She need a fucking no.
You don't gotta.
The doctor goes in with their Q-tip. They be like, boop. I'm like, oh, my cervix.
He got a whole arm in there. Did I hit it yet?
I would think the baby would just fall out. I'm just like,
no. Why did it take you 45 hours to push out that? Why your cervix had to get that low? Because your cervix all the way back there. That's for them hoes. No,
baby come out with a walking cane, talking about like, man, that's too goddamn ball.
I have been here before.
I traveled through the storm just to get here.
I dare say that most women who claim that if you're not actively in sex work, there's no way in reality you're taking that much. You're not
Nope.
taking 13
Nope.
inches. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
you're
can't even say
trained
that.
for
I
that, to
can't
be
even say
honest,
that.
like,
One of my
really
closest
trained.
friends, she always says all day long that she's a size queen. Now she's like 6'11", so I mean maybe her cervix is just further up than mine, and she just
Hey,
can't.
you know, that could be a thing.
Maybe it is. Okay, I don't know. Not all women are created equal.
No, there's actual low services, there's high service, like, there's, like, actual
It's,
ones.
it's an actual thing.
People could, there are some people who could actually take that. Like, I'm not saying that that's not possible, but
I
the
just think
width,
they
the
It's
width
not
don't
possible for
mean
me.
nothing. The length is okay. You can take whatever you want lengthwise. The width is what really is what comes into play here. That's what
You
gives
think
me
you can take
heartburn.
whatever you want lengthwise?
No, if I really wanted to, probably, but I'm saying that it's the width that concerns me. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to be able to understand me with my heart, and the bottom of my heart is my cervix. That's what I want them to really have an understanding of. Okay. But I don't, you know, I just don't. The width is gonna
So
scare
you
me.
saying that you're not looking for a chode? That's what you're not looking for. You're not looking for
I'm
one of the
looking.
dudes that's like
She don't want the beer
big
can.
round.
How? What?
She wants the
Remember
whole
that
bottle.
scene from Beauty Shop when she said, "I don't spell nothing. I can't. I don't eat nothing. I can't spell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take anything I can't fit in me boca." So that is how I kind of.
Hold on, wait. Oh wait, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was going to see if I could get it, but never mind. It's probably not a good thing to demonstrate on that.
If I have to go anaconda surfing on it, I don't need it to be.
Okay, if I have to unhinge my jaw, that's a whole.
That's a whole different. Yeah, there's a difference between
Listen,
wanting
I'm
to because
sorry.
I want to
I
put up.
ain't
yeah.
gonna-
Y'all talking
Yeah.
like y'all watching some anime out there, and the special type of anime that starts with an H.
No,
Like,
but there's
no
a
way.
difference between me just pulling out a trick versus I have to. Yeah,
Right.
nah. If I feel like I'm at the dentist how I was when they was jumping me to take my wisdom tooth out, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Listen. I already got TMJ issues. Okay, I don't need no additions. I can't. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, Trey, I got jumped. That dentist was like, "Hold it down." The other one was like, "I got it." And they had my jaw like this. They jumped me like it was crazy.
You ain't getting no anesthetic. Like, you ain't should put your ass to sleep.
Nah, because my joints was already exposed, so all they had to do was just crack them, but my teeth wouldn't let go. They were like, "We've been in here for so long. This is home."
You said
So,
crack
yeah.
them? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You got your
I'm
wisdom
sorry.
teeth removed?
Huh?
You got your wisdom teeth removed?
Yeah.
I got one left. I got one left.
I got one left. It's over here.
No, so I
Yeah.
had the top ones done in like January, February, and then I just had the bottom ones removed like the first week of March. And this one just closed. This one's still closing. Like the whole still closing.
This
'Cause
one
they
over
jumped
here.
me.
This one over here was like partially exposed, like it was partially coming out and everything. So he had to like saw it in pieces, and I was awake while he was sawing it. So
Yeah,
that was
that's what I was awake too. They had to saw it in pieces, every single piece, and like suck it out and extract it. Like it's like any which way.
yeah.
Speaking of sucking.
Oh, that did. Good job.
You know, back from adulting into the realm of what we in.
All right.
Her child being born looks like the hover bike level in Battletoads for the NES. What?
God. Oh God.
Google it. You'll get the joke. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Just anyway.
Baby trying to get out. No, I can't do it.
Okay. All right, so I guess we've covered that.
Uh-huh. What's next?
Yeah, so I mean I just I am genuinely fishing for a transition here, but fuck it. Spinning the block. Speaking of speedways, if you will, there are some people who I guess that coined that term. She's looked at the video.
Okay.
Shout out to Genocide Circus for that. They coined the term "spinning the block" based on people going back to their exes. Like some women want to some don't come for me. Fire back. Some women want to keep their body count down. They'll keep going.
Following us on IG is Kinkazoid Podcast. You need to go there and do that right now. Please make sure you're supporting us. Thank you. And so the post is actually up on screen. It says you just spin the block. You and that person you dated in 2018 are hopefully different people now. Reconnect and see if it works out. So I guess my question would be whether or not you think that, first of all, let me get your opinion on it and whether or not you think that would be a good idea. Like you dated this person a few years back. Maybe if you circle back around, whatever issues y'all had before won't be the issues that y'all have now. What you
They're different. They're still different. They're still different. They're still different. Nothing has changed to your liking. And if it is, it's because somebody else came in between that and fixed that. So it wasn't even for you that they changed. So I look at it like I'm just saying, like, if you like, because I've spun the block, shit, I've been to the cone a couple times, you know what I'm saying? And
Pick you up for school, huh?
yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
think?
And for someone who's done it on and off for a gander of 10, 11 years or so, um, it's one of those things where the person will never change for the betterment of you. There has to be something that goes on between the two for that person to like do that. And I feel like it has to be either that person just went and hold it out, or they met a person in between it and that made them look at things differently. Because how many times have we looked at an ex and seen how they were towards their partner or their new partner or whatever and been like, why couldn't you have just done that for me?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And you still put it in your mindset that it's like something with you and it's not. Maybe the other person just is better at dealing with their attitude, their personality, or whatever it may have you. So even if that happened in 2018, we now in 2023, if they dealt with people in between, you're still who you are and they still are who they
Yeah.
are. They might have changed slightly, but do you still know how to deal with them and their characteristics, their personality, their anger, their happiness? Or are you going to try to do it again? You're going to end up in the same result at some point in time. Now, some people have done it and been able to get back with their person and like they're better than ever. And that's fine. Maybe you just needed some space from that person. But I personally would not recommend it unless it was something that mutually you guys are like, we're just in two different places in our lives. Maybe we just need some time apart, or maybe we just need to end this when we're still good to each other and still care about each other. But if it's something that happened and there was some tragedy that went on, nah, bro, see you later, have a good one, you know, don't die on account of me. You know, type shit.
Okay.
So yeah,
Personally,
there's
I
two
pose
other
the
men
question
on
for
this
you doing that.
podcast that can speak up at any time.
I was gonna say,
I posed the question.
I spun the block a couple times. And generally because for like the times I did, it was for like people from back in high school. You dated, you still kept in contact with. You got older, may have had kids, may have not had kids, but life has changed your outlook or you changed your situation. So you had better situations to try to make it work. Sometimes they worked out a little bit better, but in the end all, and if that person was meant to be with you, they're gonna, things would be found out and ways that made it work.
So here's the thing. I spun the block one time and clearly it did not work out. Um, so I feel like, in the words of Summer Walker, that bitch your ex for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even if, just like what Shay said, if there were things in our relationship that were not working, and I'm constantly, asking you to change or you're asking me to change, and we don't have any forward progression in our relationship, and then I come back and spin the block and I see that you changed for somebody else, then clearly I was not the person that you are supposed to be with because you did not change for me. And so I feel like if you were to reconnect with a person from your past, it would just be more of the same. Y'all just older now.
I mean, but to go back to that, sometimes yeah, you may need that person that forces you to change. Does not mean that they were technically meant for you to be with that person. It could have been you needed that experience from that in your life to change you for the better. Because Royal, Trey, y'all know, y'all were there for me for through a lot of my life, and there's some things Some people had me do that changed me for the better. Doesn't mean I was meant to be with that person because you see who I'm with now. So does not mean that just because you didn't they didn't help somebody didn't make me change for that person, then doesn't mean that just because I changed now that we couldn't be met for each
I
other.
mean, honestly, in that sense, it's like people always say that the people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So in that sense, they came into your life for a reason. There was a purpose that they were supposed to serve, but clearly you weren't supposed to be with that person. You know what I mean? Because if that was the case, you would still be with them instead of being with the person that you're with now.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, and we discussed this earlier this week, and I honestly had to do some real deep thought because I've definitely spun the block multiple times, and for almost a decade I spun the block, and going back and forth and expecting change and not getting change and stuff like that. All of that culminates into I'm honestly thankful that I spun the block because, like you guys said, it showed me what I don't want, what I won't accept. It did change. It ultimately changed me for the better to the point that I've removed that negativity from my life, and things have increased. Like instantaneously things started to increase and become better because so with all that said, I think that it's good to revisit, but the key word of that is visit. Don't stay in that place. Don't stay in that position. Don't stay going back to the same well that poisoned you each time. Oh, that made me sick. All right, I'm gonna get it some time away. We can test this out and see. Not got poisoned again. Time to move the fuck on. Don't keep going back thinking you're gonna purify that water in that well. It's gonna strangle your ass and
Mhm.
stifle you and possibly block any future blessings you'll have.
I
Not
was
getting
going
out
to
of
say
the
that. Oh, I was going to say that. I was about to say the harder that you hold on to something from your past, you are blocking the blessing that's supposed to fall
yeah.
into your hand.
The
So that, you know what I'm
I
saying? That's
see.
why I'm just like, if we supposed to move on, then let's move on.
Yeah. So I can condone it enough to if you're getting a lesson from it. But if it becomes a toxic situation that you're being pained by, hurt by, stifled by, held back, preventative, if anything like that, but people have to be aware of that. You have to look at the situation like what am I doing for this? Like, for example, I'm not gonna say their names, I'll fucking murder you if anybody out there tries to find them. I've got three sisters. And I've always told them when they're in their dating phase, like, or as they became older, don't what can this dude do for you? Like, what's the benefit? Not saying the benefit is the only thing, but if you have a kid, is he gonna be there to take care of you? Like, you got to start evaluating shit. You got to start looking at shit. And I've always told them that because as you start to give more of yourself away, things start to get harder. People start looking. The world starts judging you based on that. The world starts judging you based on your history and what they know about. So start evaluating these motherfuckers. And in the situations that they have talked about going back to exes, it's like, what changed for him? What made this dude? What made things bad the first time? Have things
Mhm,
changed? Will bringing him back into your life improve your life? What
Right.
can
mhm.
you do to make this better? Otherwise, leave the motherfucker alone.
They know
Don't
where
put your
it's at.
yeah, because now he's already on the list. Not the good list, the elbow drop list. That's the list that nigga on. So yeah, pass that knowledge now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always felt like, and this is a question that one of my fellow mutuals, Bear, had on his live was, could you even be friends with an ex, or could you date a person who is friends with their ex, like, and some fathom in that sort. And I've learned from the best. My mama is cool with all of her exes. No problems, no issues. They can stop by anytime, hang out, talk, see how things are going, whatever may have you. Been friends with her when she was married. It's one of those things that I've never seen my mother talk bad, ill will of any person from her past,
Mhm.
like
Mm-hmm.
at all. Um, and some people probably would have thought it to be weird, like, oh, okay, why do your kids know your ex fiance? Like, doesn't make any sense. Like, that, like, what about your husband? Like, you just did it, and it's just like, I was just like, "Bruh, that was been my friend since we were kids."
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never gonna, if it's a mutual, if it's cool, like we've lived our lives, I've moved on. Obviously, they've moved on. We've had both of our children. We've been married. Like, I don't care. And so I've grown up, and I'm so happy I've been able to grow up with that viewpoint because I don't look at any of my exes and be like, ugh, you fucking idiot. I don't look at, and like, I don't have any ill will in my heart towards any of them. One of them is engaged, has a kid of his own. He has a stepchild. I'm happy for him. I mean, he tried to spin the block, and I was just like, she's pregnant. But okay, whatever. But like, he's cool and whatever. My other one, like, we're still cool. Still think I was just talking to him today. We think it's these. Like, and that's something that had to come to a mutual consensus. Like we're just not good together. That's just what it is.
Right.
So I think if you're able to have a person like that, then yeah. But I feel like if there's some type of deep lust between the two of you and it's toxic, then yeah, y'all need to leave each other alone. Y'all need to leave each other alone. You need to come to a point where your desire for each other is just like almost playful at this point. Like, I mean, we could do this again. No, fuck you, nigga. I ain't touching you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just one of those things where you have to learn that, like, there are certain people that you're not supposed to, even friends. You're not even supposed to spin the block as friends sometimes with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Some things have happened between people who are literally just mutual friends, platonic, and everything's cool. And then something happened between the two of you years later. Oh my goodness, why don't we catch up? Why don't we go out anymore? And then you start doing it and you start realizing this is the reason why me and your ass stopped talking in the first place. So even some friends you're supposed to leave in the past. Some people are just supposed to be there for their season and then that's it. Doesn't mean that you don't want to see them again or you wish them ill will or you can't catch a cup of coffee every once in a while, but you just need to be where you are and stay there.
Yeah, because you definitely outgrow people. You know what I'm saying? Like people's maturity levels are different. We could be in different spaces in our lives. I could have children and you don't have children, and sometimes I can't catch up with you the way I want to catch up with you. Maybe you were just a little too wild for me when you hanging out sometimes, and I need to be around, a more chill environment.
Right.
I don't wish you any ill will. And then I have a friend like that I was super, super tight with and went out all the time with, loved her to death. And then we just grew apart because I'm a mom. I don't got time to be showing my whole ass in public. And so, we working on two different phases of our lives right now. I still love you to death. I wish you no ill will. I follow you on Facebook. I keep up with your kids. You keep up with mine. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Sometimes you just cannot spin the block on certain people.
Right.
And as far as being friends with your ex, I have tried to maintain platonic relationships with exes, but sometimes the motherfuckers get disrespectful and and then it becomes an issue for you. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. No, like seriously, drop the eyebrow because I can't look at you while you do that. Thanks. So it does become an issue. And, in that case, you cannot have a friendship with these people.
I told you so. Anyway.
Are you done? Are you done?
I had to take the shot.
Are you done?
Just about. But I mean, no, you're absolutely right. Like I personally don't think if you have, I think there can be exceptions to every rule, just about every rule. So you can have a platonic relationship with somebody you've been intimate with that cutting the words, that you've had sex with in the past. You can have a friendship with them if that energy is depleted, if it's gone, if there's nothing left. If there's still an attraction there, if there's still a desire there on either side, I don't think it's safe for any current relationships you may be in. You'll constantly fall back and spin the block again. You'll still be like, yeah, we had great sex back in the past. Let's you might just slip in and trip, fall, and land on the dick occasionally, or that's what happens. But that's also like you have to remember in your relationship that you can't allow yourself to be found. You can't find yourself in intimate situations. In my opinion, we can't come over my house at 10 o'clock at night. Nah, you can't do that. We can't sit in the car all night talking and reminiscing and bullshitting because it's going. Remember the time I had your leg over my shoulder and. Shit could happen like that. We can't go to the movies together, shorty. No, we can't do it. No, we can't be those types
of movies. I can do the movies. I can do the movies is nothing to me. I'm not talking
during
the movie. I'm interested in the movie. I'm not talking during
the movie.
Included, we sit next to each other in the movie theater.
Who's secluded?
Listen. If
what movie theaters are you going to?
There's multiple people in there.
Like what movie theaters are y'all going to?
That's his theater.
It ain't just me. I can't be the only person here on the panel who's had sex in the movie theater.
I have never done that in the movie theater.
I can't be the only person. I know you.
In the back of Ice Age, in the back
Nigga.
of Ice Age 3, I
Nigga.
definitely gave a little
Not-
bit,
Nigga,
but
I'm
like
looking
that,
at you.
nothing.
not
No,
with
no, I've
him,
never,
but like
I've
it's
never,
it happened.
I've never done that. No.
Thank you.
But
So,
it's one of, but but the movies, I feel like, yeah, I don't think anything.
intimate situations in general. The
You think
movies
the
is an
movies
intimate
is
situation.
general? You think the movies is intimate?
Yes. So let me ask you this. You are in love with this guy. You love his dirty draws. He's your everything. His ex that he spent 5 years with before he met you calls him up and says, "Hey, I want to go see John Wick 4 this weekend. Can you take me?" And he wants to take her by himself. Are you okay, or are
Are
you
you
not okay with the situation?
Are you
Either
asking
anybody
me?
can answer.
Wait, repeat the
Are you
question.
asking me?
Repeat the question.
Your ex, your current man or woman, your significant other that you love, that you cherish. You guys are in the relationship.
Uh-huh.
Their ex of 5 years pops up and says whatever. They communicate with them and say, "Hey, I want to go see John Wick. Let's go see John Wick." Are you okay with them going to the movie theater by themselves?
Let me tell you.
Well,
let me tell you.
if it's pop up, like this isn't like what we're talking about now, is where this
To
person
change the
has been.
situation.
No,
You
no,
okay with
I'm
them
not
going
changing
or not? Yes or no?
And if they pop up out of nowhere, then no. But if they have been fiddled in and out of each other's lives through like, time span, I don't care. But if you're coming out of the woodworks and going, "Hey, let's just go to the movies," that seems like a date to me. Like, "Hey, let's go to the movies really quick." That seems like a date to me. It doesn't seem, it's not intimate to me, but let's just go on to the movies. Why not? But like I said, if they've been in and out, like I personally don't care. Especially if you go to John Wick. I don't care if you're going to see John Wick.
This is a popular movie. This is a popular movie. It's not.
Let me tell you what.
Check the comments.
Yeah, if they're, I don't
All I
care.
see is hell no.
No, then Haunter says, "Don't go to Hoffman back row. He's fucked in every last one of those screens." That's what he said. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm gonna just go ahead and answer this question, and I'm surprised Habducer's not laughing because of that, because he know I'm about to say hell the fuck no, hell fucking no. And I am, so honestly, like I'm cool with a lot of shit. Okay, there are certain things that I am cool with, and Habducer knows those things that I am cool with. Y'all pretty much know too, but still, certain things that I am cool with. However, being in any type of intimate anything with an ex is a hell no for me. Yeah, hell the fuck no. I'm sorry. And it's even sometimes it irritates me when the conversations that and Habducer got kids, he got baby mamas, but even sometimes them conversations be doing too much for me too. Like, why the fuck are we talking about this shit at 9:00 in the morning, nigga? We just rolling over in bed. Why is this person on your phone right now?
Would it rather be 9 p.m.?
You know, but it could still be like, how about not when I'm first waking up in the morning and I hear some female's voice on your phone? Like, what in the fuck is going
Well, I
on?
feel like, 9 a.m. I'll tell you, 9 a.m. is like business hours.
Are just now communicating and you already on the phone with a bitch? Like, what's happening?
9 a.m. is business hours.
No, not on a Saturday. Not on a Saturday. No, 9 a.m. is not business hours on a Saturday. I'm sorry.
Oh, on a Saturday. On a Saturday. I'm thinking you're talking like on a weekday or something like that. Like, yeah.
So I think that I don't know. Do you agree now that a movie can be an intimate setting?
No, I don't think
You still don't. Okay, so you're okay with your current potential or whoever going on this outing with their ex. You're cool with them going out by themselves, pop up or been in a conversation. You're comfortable with them going out to this setting. You're good with
maybe
that. Okay.
and maybe it's just lack of experience of being out the game for a very long time. But I am a territorial person, and yeah, but it's just one of those things where I don't care about stuff like that. Like, to me, it's more intimate things. It's like action porn.
Yo, I'm just
Like, you're like 9 a.m. Ooh, y'all frozen.
You were frozen for a second.
Like 90, like she's saying, like, oh, you're getting at a certain time, or you're like, getting text messages or whatever may have you, or there's funny little memes being sent between the two of you, or like things like that, or you're like, you're not just going to like a bar to like hang out, like you're having actual like settings of like, this and that there. It's not friend. That's something like I wouldn't like, but a movie, I personally don't give.
Here's the thing. So I feel like I feel like there has to be a certain level of communication. Okay.
Yeah.
And so if anything is happening outside of, it's me and you, then we need to have something established. You know what I mean? Like there has to be open communication. Everybody need to know what's going on and everybody need to be okay with it type of thing. Like don't just spring some shit up on me like Chase said, like your baby mama come back or your ex come back and she's like, hey boo,
From nowhere, like, yeah.
trying to go see John Wick. Can you come take me to see John Wick? Because ain't nobody else available. I really want to go see the movie with you. I know you like these type of movies. That is a whole problem.
But I haven't talked to you in 2.5 years.
And I ain't
What?
talked to you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talked to you in 2.5 years, and now I'm coming back around because I was just thinking about you and I want to go see this movie with you. That is a fuck no. That's
Even as a friend, no, that's weird. Why are you popping up out of the
weird? It's mad weird. But
weird.
it's like outside of that, okay? Because again, y'all know that there are certain things that I am okay with. There are things that I am okay with.
That's fair.
As long as we have established some type of communication beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with a lot of moves. But if you don't talk to me about this stuff, if you're not communicating with me, then we have a huge fucking problem.
Yes. If this was done without me knowing, you just came in the house, I'm like, oh, babe, like I was texting where you went. Oh, I was out with da. Why didn't you tell me that? Like you tell me everything else that you do, every other move you make. Why didn't you tell me? Like it's stuff like that. Like I have to trust my partner. I have to trust my partner. I have to know what my partner is. I have to put that trust in that person. That's all I have off of that is that trust. So if I don't believe that my partner can control themselves, if I believe my partner is gullible enough to, let somebody get thrown themselves on them, or if this is what's going on, then I don't need to be with that person. Right. I have to know that my partner has some type of common sense and sanity to know I don't want the person that I'm with to serve life. So let's just not do these things. Let's not do these actions. Like
we're not going to skirt past that like you didn't just say that. Did you say you know what?
I'm just saying. I think sometimes in a general, and first of all, would movies be intimate if the lights didn't go off?
No, we just be in the living room watching TV.
Thank you. Okay, so the movies aren't intimate to me. Like even somebody in my life, they're like, the movies are just. I have been on a date.
It depends on the vibe. It depends on the vibe. Like if we go into the movie theater again, I have had adventure time in the movie theater before. Okay,
I have been on a date and sat next to this person, cushion open, sat next to this person, and I'm like, so is Hallie gonna get her baby back or what? What we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Not Monsters
So me and Huff Deucer go to movies all the time, right? We go to movies all the time. And it's intimate for us in a sense to where like the divider is up. I'm leaning on him. We watching TV. This is our thing that we doing together type shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if you're in a date, if you're on a date in a situation like that, it's intimate in that sense. Yes, but we're still watching the movie. We're still watching the movie. However, I still have to say
to go to the movies to have sex. Let's ask that question.
You said what? What'd you say?
Why are we not going to the movies to watch a movie? We just, you know how expensive the movies are, and y'all over here thinking about getting your joint top.
First of all, this was years ago. Okay.
No, I'm just saying. Trey's automatically thinking about getting some toppage in this movie. I'm just trying to figure out why are we paying a collective of almost $40 to go somewhere to get top when you just doing it for free.
Let me tell you what. I'm just like at this point though, the reason why I don't do it, and me and Habdus have been together for what 10 years now. This is why I don't do it. If y'all do not know this, if y'all don't know, they have cameras in the movie theater now. So while you think you being sneaky and giving somebody some top in the back row or whatever, they see your ass. Okay, and I don't want to be on camera because I love my good government job. All right, so yeah, I'm not fucking with it.
I've definitely been. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Back in my younger days, I don't do this shit no more. But I'm just saying. No. The theater is a place that things can happen. It doesn't have to happen in the movie theater itself. It can happen in the bathroom. It can happen in the parking lot of the movie theater. It can happen. They didn't
used to. No,
they didn't used to. But nowadays, you'd be dumb if you do it. You could get popped off behind the movie theater in the bushes. People act like, oh, you can't have sex for 5 minutes. It can happen anywhere. So
you're gonna enjoy that nut, and you're gonna be politely taken off the premises in handcuffs. I am all the way good.
Listen, I was out like, and what I thought was an isolated little parking area, blah blah blah. Again, like came out a little clinic on, and somebody had walked by. I'm like, they can't even see us. He's like, listen, not for nothing. I like you a lot. I'm not finna catch a charge for you and have on my for the rest of my days a sex predator listing on my record.
It
Like
happens.
at
I'm not
all.
about to
It
be a sex
happens.
I'm
offender.
not
Some people
gonna
have
I'm
more
not
common sense than others, but it definitely happens.
yeah.
And call it insecurity if you want. Back to the original point because we're losing the original point.
We are.
Intimate situations can lead to intimate sex. It doesn't matter where it is. You could go to. We want to have coffee. We can have coffee in a Starbucks. I'm gonna go to the bathroom 5 minutes before you and wait, and then you're gonna walk after me, and we get it in the stall. People do this. It ain't just me. I don't just have that type of
Yeah, no,
mentality.
people do it,
So
but I
my
mean,
point is that intimate situations can lead to intimate sex.
The
That's
thing
that's
about
what
it is any type of situation can be an intimate situation. It
this
could
is why
be
it's like
if you make it that way.
you can go help somebody change a tire. That shit can still end up being an
Have
intimate
y'all been
situation.
watching BAMF? That's what happened. Charles went over her house to fix a ceiling and was putting up patches somewhere else. Okay?
Go to the bathroom,
Getting
down the
crazy.
bathroom, be making families. All right,
Fact.
Jamaica. All right,
Nah.
facts, but we do have to go. We do got to wrap it up though.
Yes,
So
yes, we do.
ladies and gentlemen, could y'all please let everybody know where they can find you? I
You
am
go
not
first.
even doing this. This is not me. This is not me.
No,
Anyway.
that is not you.
My name is Candace, okay, by government name, but you can call me Chase C. Hayes. You can follow me on TikTok at Chase Inc. as long as TikTok. Hey, guys, also TikTok may not be a thing anymore. So if
Yeah.
you follow us from TikTok, you might see us from TikTok. You might want to join us here and subscribe here and tell a fellow people that you know to come here because this might be one of the only places you find us if you don't follow us on Instagram and other places. So for now, you can follow me on TikTok at Chasing CHAYESINC because I can't say that out loud because I will the SWAT team will come here. And then you can also follow me on Instagram at Candy Paste Sweet. Please follow me there. All links and stuff like that is in my bio.
You forgot
so
the second
yeah.
part.
You said what?
You forgot the
She
second
missed
part.
it because it's true.
Because it's true.
There
But
you go.
I just need you guys to honestly and truthfully, in all seriousness, you guys need to like follow whoever you love off of TikTok, however you find. You need to follow them elsewhere to keep supporting them, to keep watching their content. Because as much as we're like, ugh, it's free speech, the government would never. It is a man who is not
This
a
is
white
America.
American. He's a non-white American who created an app who does the same exact thing as all the other apps that trace us and ask for our cookies and our data and everything else. But because he's a Chinese man, they're like, no, you want other information just because they shut down a couple of balloons a couple of months ago. So this is the reason why you guys need to follow everyone, not just us, but everyone who you love, because I think it may just happen. So, just make sure you do so. So yeah.
All right.
Y'all can follow me on. I'm sorry, bro. Y'all can follow me on TikTok while we still have it, or IG as Royal_KB.
You catch me on Twitch. Catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Dragon Chills. You catch me on Tuesday nights at what time is that? 9 p.m.
Oh
The
shit!
Snack
You
and
can catch
Flip.
me on Tuesday nights too.
Yes, you can.
Damn, I am a part of that show now.
Yes, you are.
All right, I'm sorry. Moving on.
What show
You
is
said what?
that?
I'm sorry. He said it already, but okay. Catch me on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
On Snack and Flick with these two lovely men.
All right, it's your boy Trey Proper. You know how to find me. See you guys later. Peace.
That's your outro. You exiting that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.